Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining in this morning. I hope you're having a great week. I just wanted to talk about a few things that came out yesterday. It's probably every Jet fan already knows. And it has to do with ESPN's Diana Rossini. She tweeted out a wish list that Aaron Rodgers apparently provided the Jets. And nobody disputed it, so we're all assuming that it is right. It's accurate. Now, this wish list had some players on there that Aaron Rodgers would like to see on the team if he was to become a Jet. And that list included guys like Randall Cobb, Alan Lazard, Mercedes Lewis, and Odell Beckham Jr., of all people. And so shortly after that came out, she came out with another tweet that said, "This is not a must-get list. This is just a wish list of free agents he'd like to play with if he comes to the Jets or whatever." And I thought it was funny because, like, lo and behold, an hour later, all of a sudden, the news hits that the Jets are interested in Alan Lazard. What a coincidence that was, right? But either way, to me, Lazard I think he was Rodgers' #1 receiver last year. So he's a good fit. I think everybody knows or thinks that Corey Davis is going to be cut or traded or something. So Lazard could really take that spot there where Corey Davis is. So we got Lazard, Garrett Wilson, Elijah Moore in the slot, assuming he stays with the team. I know the Jets lost Jeff Smith yesterday, I think. So there's room in the wide receiver court. Now, I saw a lot of Jet fans were complaining about this at first, saying, "Oh, we're letting him run the team now. We're gonna destroy our young talent and everything." I don't see it that way. I think there's room to put some guys on there, and if it makes them feel comfortable, so be it. But let's just not give him the idea that he has too much power. You know what I mean? Alan Lazard, that's a great pickup. He's still a young guy. He's a great receiver. But the other ones on the list, I don't know. Let's talk about those guys in a little bit more depth. Okay, so Randall Cobb is a good player. He's 32 years old. He's about 5'10", 195 pounds or so. Now, assuming Elijah Moore, he still seems a little disgruntled from some reports, some not. He always is leaving these real cryptic tweets and everything. So nobody knows really where his head's at. But worst case scenario, I suppose, is that if he does not want to play, or if he wants to go to another team, or Jets are just farming him out, you could put the Cobb maybe as a slot receiver or something in that aspect. Not a starter, but at least he would fill in that role. Because, every player can't play every play of the game. Somebody's got to come in and take the spot. Some players are better at certain things than others, and so on and so forth. So I guess that would be okay if they could get him for something very, very fairly cheap. Maybe he could be a wide receiver 3 or something like that. The other player on his list was Mercedes Lewis. This guy is a 38-year-old tight end. He's a big guy, 6'6", about 267 or so. But I just don't see the point of that. We already have 3 tight ends on the team. Adding another one just to suffice Aaron Rodgers, I don't see the point of that at all. Hopefully the Jets just don't pursue that. They really should just say, listen, we've got a good tight end team. We just drafted a guy last year, CJ Uzomah. We don't know how good these guys are because the quarterback play was so bad last year. We don't really know. But Mercedes Lewis, thanks for the list, but I think we'll pass on that. And as far as OBJ goes, the guy still worries me. Like, I know he was behaving himself a little bit on the Rams and stuff like that, but his on and off field antics, they would just worry me. Not to mention, according to Diana Rossini, he's wanting $15 million a year or somewhere in that area. That's just out of the range where he should be asking. He should be around more 7, 8, somewhere. In my opinion, anyways. It's only my opinion. I just don't want a guy like that. Just in case if he starts his antics again, he starts complaining on the field about the play time or not getting the ball enough. That's not going to set a very good example to our young guys. This is a young core. They're going to be looking up to a guy like that. And you don't want them hitting nets on the sideline and yelling at. You just don't want that. You know what I mean? So I think as far as a fit goes, if you want another wide receiver and either draft one or maybe in free agency, look somewhere else. just because. And another thing, last thing I want to mention here too is that it was announced yesterday that Aaron Rodgers is going to be on the Pat McAfee show at 1 o'clock today. So I'm assuming YouTube is banking on this because it's probably going to be the most watched stream they've ever had. Who knows what he's going to say? He may say something about the Jets. He may not even mention it. You know they're going to grill him about it, but he's always very evasive on his answers, and he may not say anything. So it's going to be interesting to see. I'll have it playing in the background, listening to it, just to catch on whatever he happens to say. It's going to be an interesting interview, that's for sure. But I just want to remind Jet fans of a few things here. Now, the Packers haven't won a Super Bowl since 2011, and they've been in 4 NFC Championship games since then, and they've lost each one of them. They lost to Seattle in 2015, Atlanta in 2017, the 49ers in 2020, and the Bucs at home in 2021. Now, the only reason I'm mentioning that is I'm not trying to burst anybody's bubble. I'm as big a Jet fan as anybody else. I just have learned over the years to be realistic in my expectations. So I just wanted to bring some of those points out because if Aaron Rodgers has any kind of a blemish in his career, it's because he doesn't win in playoff games and championship games and so on. So that would be the only blemish. He's got great numbers. He's been around a long time. The last 3 years, he's been the MVP 2 years out of them, but he's got no Lombardi trophies. He's got no NFC Championship games won. So just every Jet fan, just calm down, be realistic in your expectations. Don't start to pre-order your Super Bowl champion hats just because Rodgers becomes a Jet, which I'm starting to think is really going to happen now because really he's got us over the barrel. We have no other options. Lamar, Jets are not going to go for Lamar. They're not going to touch that because of Joe Douglas's ties with the Ravens, at least I believe anyways. So this is our only option. Matt Stafford, I've heard his name kicked around, but the guy's got bum elbow now. You know what I mean? So you're really reaching now. So Rodgers knows he's got us over the barrel. He's even given us a Christmas list of who he wants on the team. So, I mean, let's just be realistic about our expectations with this. I hope to God we win the Super Bowl. Trust me, nobody wants to see a Jets Super Bowl more than I do. Jets anything, even a playoff, just get there. But cool your expectations. Let's see what he says today. And I'm sure everybody's going to be watching it, and we'll just see what happens from here on. But Alan Lazard, good. Stop there. That's enough. That's all we need. We got you Lazard. We needed another wide receiver anyway to replace Corey Davis. That's it. Let him know that, listen, we're stopping there. We've done everything we can for you. We're giving you what you want. We've gone to you to see you. Now it's time for us to take over the team again. And we got you Alan Lazard, and let's move forward. I'm anxious to see what everybody else thinks about this. So everything's just my own opinion. It's just a personal opinion. That's all it is. So please leave a comment down below. Hit the like button, please, and subscribe to the channel on your way out. And let's see what happens today. And we'll talk to you all later. Bye.